Hey guys, it's Heather for H&P Artistry here, and I am working on my Green Irish Tweed soap. I talked about it this morning in that live and decided to go ahead and just show you guys because it was a pretty easy kind of, I guess, boring in a way soap because it's all just a solid green color. And it's really the top that is the pretty part, or I hope it will be. I just sprayed alcohol on the top. I've kind of cut little ridges where my design goes. And I am hoping that my piping has not set up too much to actually pipe. There we go. I'm sort of giving it that tweed shape. And I'm putting these little dollops just right down along the lines that I made. And I'm hoping I have enough piping and that it doesn't set up because this is a new design that I've not done before. I'm going to do them a little bit smaller. Because a little bit goes a long way. It's definitely stiff on me a little bit, so we will see how it works out. I had to run errands today for the holidays, so I'm running a little bit behind, and my stuff actually set up pretty well while I was waiting. So I am hoping it's not too set up, but I think it's going to turn out okay. Now this is sapphire blue that I am using, sapphire blue mica from Homemade Soap Supplies, or soap making supplies, and it turned out to be a really pretty blue. You can definitely deepen it up if you need to, but it's also really great, this really light color. Now I initially was just going to flood the individual areas, kind of like you would a sugar cookie, but I really wanted it to have some texture, and this is a great way to add texture. I know this is kind of a quiet video, you guys, because I'm focusing on getting this piped out. And it is definitely getting stiff in the bag, so I'm going to move as quickly as I can and still keep my shape. That means if this is stiffening up, I know my other piping is too. And I have two other colors to get on here. Okay, and my other two colors that I'm using, and they are definitely thickening up. I may have to actually warm them up a tiny bit in the microwave. I am using the pistachio green that I used for the base, and added a little bit of firefly yellow to it to give it a little bit more of a fresh green. Oh, I'm regretting these little bitty dots because it's killing my hand. But it's going to be worth it in the end because it's going to be really pretty as long as it doesn't overheat too fast. Okay. And when I'm doing this, I'm actually going in and kind of pricking the top of the soap so that it's really kind of injecting itself into the top of the soap. Okay. Right there, right there. Okay. Hi guys, it's nice to see you. I am happy that I have visitors that are actually watching. It's definitely unnerving if you ever do get the chance to look and you see and there's not anybody there. I don't know, I think I said it in the video the other day. I started making YouTube videos by transferring my Periscope videos over to YouTube because I was part of a group on Periscope where we vlogged basically every day. And I miss it. I miss all the ladies that I vlogged with. Okay, my line is off kilter here, so I need to fix that. There we go. There we go. And I want to say thank you for everyone's comments that you've left and the messages and following me on Instagram and Twitter and all of those places. I'm super grateful. Ooh. I'm going to come over to the other side. Those were a little larger than I intended. The way that I made my lines, clean this off, is by using a palette knife and measuring out how wide I wanted them to be, and then I pressed it into the design into my soap piece by piece. Oops. And it's very similar to frosting a cake. It's sort of the same process, only your frosting sets up way faster. And I'm excited because it is enough soap to cover. Now let's hope that my other soap is not overly set up and that I will be able to do what I need to do. So I'm going to take this coupler off. Or I'm going to try to. There we go. And put this on my green. And that broke. That's not good. Okay. I just had a little blowout. You guys can see that. So I will be trading out my soap into another bag. It happens, it happens. But before I do that, I'm going to use what's in here that hasn't scooted out of the bag, if at all possible. Let me do this. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. All right. That's the only good thing about live videos is things happen. You work with them and you move on. So I am going to have to get a new bag. And I'm going to reinforce it. I ran out of my actual piping bags. The reason that this happened is that I ran out of my actual piping bags, and so I'm using cello bags, and I didn't double up my bags for that color, and I should have. Okay. So I am doubling this up. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Renee. That's awesome. Thank you. I actually got to see your comment. I'm so excited. But yeah, what I'm doing right now is doubling up on these bags to try to make sure that it has more layers to work through. This is the word I'm looking for. Because the piping has gotten a little bit stiff, and that's never good. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to cut my ends off. Just like so. So that I can put my piping tip back on. And if this doesn't work, then I will just spread it on the top. It'll be okay either way. I was just hoping to be able to use the piping tips because I like them. And I like the texture that they give. But this piping has gotten super, super thick. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Sometimes heating it up just a tiny bit helps. Not for very long, but for enough to pipe. Okay. Getting my piping into the bag in a very messy manner. because I'm trying to rush. I may also need to go to a bigger tip, which will help it move faster and help the piping to get through the nozzle without breaking the bag. The good thing about having to work this hard to get what I want out of the soap is that I end up really being happy about it when the end comes, because I know I worked hard for it. Okay. The tip's not going to work. Okay, so let's see if we can make this happen, you guys. Whoops. I'm doing a bit of a seashell design through the middle because I don't really like the straight line. Okay. Oh, and this bag broke too. Oop. Okay. Now, let me go over here and see if I can make up for the break. Now, I should have expected this because my last soap so incredibly that inevitably I would have an issue with this one, but that's okay. I just reinforced my bag and I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Sorry. Don't mean to give you guys whiplash. Just trying to move quick. Okay. Okay. All right, last one. Thanks for sticking with me through the bag blowout, guys. I appreciate that. Because I know this is taking time out of your day. And I am grateful. Hi, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Alice. It does happen, doesn't it? And always when you're not ready for it. Okay. And I have one. Oh, and there we go. That may be the end of the green. At least in this one. Okay. Now I'm going to use some more of my blue to fill in that green. Okay. I really do have green everywhere, you guys. Okay. Let me see if I can make this happen. It may not work. Oops. This first section is kind of my little test to see if I can make it happen. Do it this way. There we go. I don't think it's gonna stick, you guys. Out that one goes. But in goes the rest of my green. Because if you have to improvise, you have to improvise. I'm going to leave my blue the way it is, and I'm going to fill in my green. Like so. And oddly enough, this is what I was going to do originally before I decided I was going to pipe. But I think what happened was I waited too long while I was setting up the camera. And during that time, my piping set up too much. So instead, I'm going to give it texture this way. And of course, I've got to think about the individual bars, which you will not even be able to tell that I had issues on, as long as there's a pretty texture. As long as my top layer stays connected. There we go. Oh, hey, check that out. The beauty of live soap making. Okay, I have to admit, I actually like this better. Thanks. So do you guys have any other soaps that you're going to be making through the end of the year that you haven't started yet, or have you already finished soaping for 2018? I can't believe this is working, you guys. Oh, I'm using Green Irish Tweed fragrances. Oh, so you are done for the year? Yeah, this is my last one, with the exception of maybe a goat's milk that's a special order. I'm using Green Irish Tweed, which behaves beautifully in soap. I mean, beautifully. Now, I was going to use a really pretty Sahara Gold to do kind of a pinstripe through the edges. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, so I will figure something else out to do instead. And you only do small batches? That's how I started out, was doing really, really small batches. I would do 4 bars of soap at a time when I started out. And I started soap making because my daughter, when she was a baby, she's 16 now, but when she was a baby, a couple of days home from the hospital, she had a reaction. I thought it was a spider bite. It was not. It was a reaction. And we had to go through a lot of crazy stuff to figure out that she was allergic to any kind of soap, baby soap, regular soap, ivory soap. It didn't matter. No soap whatsoever. And so it became kind of a situation for us to find something that she could use. And the more I looked, the more I realized I can't find anything that she can use. And so I started doing research and started making soap for her. And now, luckily, she's grown out of her allergies, but I still make soap. And I didn't make soap as a business until about 3 years ago. I actually made costumes. And this became more important to me than the costume making. And so soap making became what I did. Paige has some medical issues that we have to deal with to this day. And it's hard. I'm a single mom, so it's hard to have a job when you have to go to the doctor all the time and take your kid to the doctor all the time and those things. So what I ended up doing was, let's see, what am I going to use here? Let me see. What I ended up doing was selling soap. And people really, really liked it, and it grew sort of organically. I was really surprised that I actually made the amount of sales that I made, that people even wanted my soap. I didn't realize for a long time how interesting and intricate and special making soap is to other people because I had been doing it for so long. And I'd forgotten that it can actually bring a lot of joy to people's lives, you know? Especially if it's something they've never come in contact with before. All right, guys, I think this is going to be it for now. It does bring joy, right? And it's a really great way to, I guess, meditate sometimes, to sort of find that quiet place and work through whatever it is you have to work through that day. All of those types of things. Yeah, I think I'm done for tonight, you guys. It is fun. Excitement. It's so great. I think I'm done for tonight, you guys. I will come back tomorrow with the cutting. I'll make sure you guys see it. It will probably be tomorrow night. Ooh, that's cool. In-jar gifts. Oh, I've got to see that because that's pretty cool. I like that idea. I love being able to see you guys, but the comments go by so fast I don't catch everything. But I am going to show the cutting of this tomorrow. It'll probably be tomorrow afternoon. I have a family function in the morning. But I'm going to try to lump together all of these and make some little sample rosettes with some Russian piping tips. Because it's good when the piping is really stiff to use those. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. Leave comments down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, apparently nothing happens. And guys, follow each other. Soap Throne, who just spoke, she is spectacular. I watch her videos. Yeah, just support each other. It makes me happy when you guys support each other. But like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with the cutting. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. It'll be tomorrow evening, and I will see you then. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.